To review from yesterday, I thought I'd just go through the questions from number 7. I thought I'd do the ones on the left-hand column together. So what we were asked to do was change the fraction to a percentage, first by writing it with the smallest numbers and then by multiplying. So just like fractions and ratios, they're similar in the fact that when we change it to an equivalent fraction, as long as we change both numbers by dividing or multiplying by the same number, we create an equivalent fraction. So in this particular fraction, we can divide both numbers by 3, and we do that, we get 1/2. And then we want to create the denominator of 100. And so what do we do to 2 to get to 100? And again, we're talking multiply or divide. So we multiply by 50. So we also do that on the numerator. Then we get 1 times 50 is 50. And so as long as we have a denominator of 100, the numerator becomes our percentage. So we get 50%. Okay, this one might not be so clear what we divide by, but both of those numbers are actually divisible by 7. So when we divide 21 by 7, we get 3. And when we divide 28 by 7, we get 4. And then, once it's in smallest numbers, we look at what I need to multiply by to get to 100. Well, the denominator 4 times 25 gives me 100. So I also do that in the numerator, and when I multiply 3 by 25 as well, I get 75. So therefore, it's 75%. For G, I can divide both of those numbers by 3. When I divide 12 by 3, I get 4. And when I divide 30 by 3, I get 10. And then I can multiply the denominator by 10 and the numerator by 10. So that gets me 40. So my fraction is 40. Now, we also could have divided by something else. We could have divided by 6 there. And I'm just going to do it again just to show you that we do get the same thing. So let me just show you. If we divided both 12 and 30 by 6, we get 2 over 5. But then I multiply 5 by what to get to 100? By 20. So I also do that in the numerator. 2 times 20 is 40. Well, I end up with same 40 over 100, which is 40%. So as long as you can get to a denominator that allows you to get to 100 by just multiplying by one thing, you can do that. Okay, so for K, I'm going to skip over this one just because I don't have room. For K, if I divide both numbers by 3, I get 50 in the denominator, and 60 divided by 3 is 20. And then to get to 100, I'm going to multiply by 2. Multiply by 2, I get 40. And again, it's 40%. And the last one here is actually only one step. I'm going to divide by 2 to get to 100. Divide by 2, I get to 40. And then it's 40%. Okay, I'm going to do one with 40 in the denominator just because that one can be tricky as well. But if you notice, if I divide both of these by 10, divide by 10, divide by 10, I get 10 divided by 10 is 1, 40 divided by 10 is 4. So then to get the denominator of 100, I'm multiplying by 25. So I multiply by 25 on the top, and I get 25%. Okay, but I don't always divide by 10 when I have a 40. I'll notice here that both these numbers can be divided by 4. When I divide 16 by 4, I get 4. 40 divided by 4, I get 10. So in order to make the fraction of with a denominator of 100, I multiply the 10 by 10 to get to 100. So the 40 by 10 is, sorry, the 4 by 10 is 40, and we get 40%. Okay, so that is how we change the fraction to a percentage. We find the denominator of 100, and then we find the numerator that goes along with that.